Okay, here we go. This is all done by text message, sending it to me. Um, there's this guy that's been wanting to interview me for the past couple of days, so this is his opportunity to. And here we go. Okay. His first question is, what made me start writing music? Um, Probably the main reason why I actually started is because of all the music that I've listened to from the age of God, when I was born all the way up until now. Um, I've gone through a huge range of bands, Casey and the Sunshine. Um, I get a lot of flack for this one. Michael Jackson, you know, Bee Gees, Reliant K, Slipknot, Disturbed. It ranges everywhere. Slayer, Tool, Nirvana. It's just all of them, and just by hearing all that music, it designed this a certain sound that I don't think you can really find anywhere else. And that's the kind of music that I design here. Okay. Um, his next question is, why at first is your music so angry and now it's become calm? When I very first started, I was actually at the point in time when this was about a year ago now when I very first started fully recording music. Um, I had a lot of pent up anger at the point in time. At really right now, I still do, but I've been taking more time to control it. That's what this band is doing a lot. Is I'm getting to play music that sounds heavy and angry, and I'm letting myself thrash out on certain, like on parts of the drums. Um, I get to do a little bit of vocals here and there on it, and this is just like my way of getting my anger out. It's one of the ways, anyway. Other ways, it's like punching bag, just anything that I can possibly do. I go body shots, I wrestle with my little brother and stuff, and do all that. But about the music, before it was like Journey of a Sane Madman. That was more over like my very start of actually writing my own song. Um, then it spanned out to the special birthday song that I made for my probably my closest friend that I have to date, Ryan Flanagan. He's like God Almighty. He's like a younger brother. He's the reason why I turn toward God. And yes, I do have a bad mouth on me, and it's a problem. But yeah, he's helped me work on a lot of things, and that one was Trials and Tribulations. That was the story of how Ryan opened up my eyes to God and just how he helped me out, and that was my special birthday song to him. Um, then we skip ahead a bit. Paraclet, that was my another really close friend of mine. David Albers, he's a different kind of songwriter. That was his song, and he allowed me to put my own interpretation on it. In which before he left, we were actually going to start writing his interpretation on, which was probably going to be a hardcore pure death metal song, which was probably going to be sick. But then it just went on to A February's Breeze, and that one was straight out towards my grandmother, and that wasn't really supposed to have anything else except for bring you an emotion that makes you feel different, happy. Uh, Brings you a certain sadness too, because that was dedicated to my grandma, who sadly passed away about 6 years ago. Um, then I came out with the newest song, which none of these I have released yet, and knowing my luck, until I actually get them fixed up, I probably won't. But it's case number 10, 21, and 92. And those are the all acoustic story that I've had set up. And yeah, that's pretty much how things are going right now with my music. I'm not intent or set on releasing anything soon by myself. So yeah, that's the closest thing that you know that I can get to stating the difference between it. I've just lost a lot of anger, ever since then. The Just one more statement before we go on to the next question. The song "Time to Kill." That one was a pure just lash out on all of my anger about a feeling that me and my friend David have had for a long time. And that was just our way of finally stating, we don't care, we're pissed off, we'll do, whatever it takes to get the message out to show how disturbed we are, how creepy we are, and on certain people it did lay an impression. It made, Ryan, it made him just freak out. His comment on the top was, let me find it right here. Uh, he stated on his comment, and I actually laughed hardcore at this. He posted, "It was horrible, but good job." Laugh out loud. And it was just like, it's not his kind of music. And it gave me and David the reaction that we were wanting, that we were looking for. And yeah, that song is pretty much just about how, you um, you always have that certain conscience in your head, but it's not the good kind of conscience, it's the bad one. And it's pretty much about a man who's fighting with his own conscience, and in the end his bad conscience wins, and he decides the only way that he can actually beat it and finally finish it off is by killing himself. And it was a very twisted song. So yeah, on to the next comment. Okay, oh. What are your main influences on the new music for the band? With the one song that you've sent out so far, it sounds like you're going for more of a punkish sound. Oh wow, that's exactly what another friend of mine said. Bandmate, he's a band. He's a bassist for a band that I know, and they're just insane. They're an awesome and just sick band. Um, just giving a shout out, Cursed. If anybody listens to this, it'd be a good idea for you to go and check them out. Um, but I won't say names at this point in time with them, of course. Um, the certain sound that we're looking for at this point in time, it really isn't defined yet. I can honest to God say that. We that song was the very first one that we ever wrote, and we thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And it's like the sound of the guitar is like exactly what my friend said. It sounded like we were going for a punkish sound. That's not what we were going for at all. That is my another really good friend of mine and bassist Nick Stockton. That was his younger brother Seth, and Seth had his guitar set to a certain kind of sound, which gave it a really tinny sound when it recorded, and it was like it just came out not sounding the way that we wanted it to. So it was kind of messed up. Yeah, Taking Back This Life, that one was actually a song. I'm not going to speak about details on what the song is about, because it's just a small little given track that we just gave people so they would actually know that we're doing something. We're actually sitting down and we're recording songs. At this point in time, we're just trying to get the members of the band set out, so yeah. I've noticed recently, this is the next question by the way, I've noticed recently that on your Facebook page, Untitled, um, Seth Stockton was removed as rhythm guitarist Are there any plans to get another rhythm guitarist, or are you just going to try and find a lead singer and go on? Actually, at this point in time, have we had this guy come out. His name is Ku, and he came out and just sat down with us for about maybe an hour to an hour and a half and learned like two of our songs. I mean, we only have like maybe 3 songs complete and like 4 of them that are like quarter done. Not only did he add a solo onto one of our songs and extended it by like another 45 seconds, so it's like in total 4 minutes, but he also added on 2 extra parts onto his song, and he just blew our mind. I mean, the guy's got everything we were looking for. He's I can never think of the name of it, but he's a death metal guitarist, and he is just insane arpeggio scales. He can just shred it up. He's insane. That's our newest rhythm, but at this point in time, we're hoping he kicks in as full rhythm. Why am I even saying rhythm? What is it called? As like a full guitarist, he'll be, because what we were thinking is our guitarist, our current one, Robert Reese, and him were to both do lead and rhythm. So it would actually give like not only a heavier feel, but you get the best of both worlds. A death metal player along with a player who is just ranged completely. I mean, Robert can go anywhere from Hendrix to like Stevie Ray Vaughan. He can shoot all the way to Wings. He can go to like the Beatles. And all the way up to like Lamb of God, Slipknot, Slayer. He can just do all of that. He's an extremely advanced guitar player. Okay. Yeah, Mike got cut off for a minute there. Okay, he's asked me 3 questions and he says that he's done. So first question that he's got. Also, I didn't state this in the beginning, but I am on a current mic to mic or a mic session to his computer, so you can hear everything I'm saying. I'm just typing down certain things and stuff, like noting certain things I've said. So his first question was, what is the influence? What are the influences on the band, and what will some of your songs be about? Your newer songs. This one's going to be interesting. Our main influences at this current time, you can hear Tool and Pantera just mixed right in. You can hear that straight out. We used to have kind of like a Nirvana grunge-ish sound, but now it's just, that's gone and out the window. If you were to take Pantera, Tool, System of a Down, toss in a little bit of Disturbed due to the drum tracking, and of course, now with our newest guitars, somehow you can throw in like Dragon Force style solos, along with some soloage from Testament, and then we haven't even seen what Robert can bring down to the table because he hasn't been to practice lately because of issues at the house. His own personal issues, of course. You throw all of that together at this current point in time, and you have a new defined sound that is heavy. It can bring any kind of emotion to you, and it's just gonna be the newest thing out there. I mean, we're not just gonna have a singer that's that's just gonna scream out loud like some of the screamos. I'm not bashing on screamo. I'm just saying it's not my favorite. It's not the sound that we're looking for. We're not gonna go full death metal, with just like the low growls constantly and the gluttural sound to where you can't even understand what the hell he's saying. That's not what we're looking for. We're aiming for a ranged singer, one that can scream, one that can growl, and of course one that can sing like a madman. If we could get like the singer from Killswitch, I can never remember his name, but like that, he can growl, he can scream, and that man can just rip on some vocals. It would be amazing if we could find something like that, but of course, if we need to, find a lead singer that can sing and do death metal. And I can do backup vocals. Koo said that he can do backup vocals, and it's like that would be the main thing that we would do. Some of the songs, yeah, this one's gonna be a little funny. One of our songs is shot straight out to a man that virtually screwed us all over. He's a horrible person, a horrible, horrible person who just caused the original band that we were in to just spread out. And I'm not going to state a name. We will state a name in the song. I can guarantee it. We'll state his name, and it's just going to be filled with very, very obscene lyrics. I can guarantee it, because it's probably going to be me and Nick writing it. Yeah, that's one of the songs. Another song is gonna be about, it's gonna be dedicated to my biological father. And that's most likely, knowing me, we're probably gonna get somebody to come in and do the drum tracking for us, and I'm gonna lay down the vocal track for that one. And I know that my mother has always told me, don't hate him, just don't hate him. Just know that he was never there in your life. He's never going to be there for you. And that's all that you need. You just need to understand. And it's like, I'm an adult now, and I can make my own free choices, of course. So now I'm going to come out and say what I feel like I need to say straight out. And those are just like two of the influences. I'm not giving away much. I really am not going to give away too much. Yeah, that was just the first question. It was like 2 in 1, and there's still 2 more questions. I'm sorry if this is dragging on. It's already almost 20 minutes long. Yeah, thank you everyone who sat through this also. Okay, the next question. I lost, I went off the page for a minute. Gotta find it. What kind of emotion and feel are we going for with the style of music that we're picking? Oh, wow. I can't exactly straight out say it. An emotion and a feel. I can set this down since I don't need it. We're not looking for an exact reaction on how people are going to feel. People are going to have their own stated opinions, of course. People are going to say what they want to say about us. Criticism is always needed well, whether, it's like, part of my language on this next couple of comments, but it's like whether somebody's like, that's badass, that's sick. And it's like, if we get people headbanging and people love our songs, then it's like, yeah. But if we get other comments and quotes, like, I fucking hate that sound, it sounds like shit, it's horrible, then, that criticism is well needed. We're not just going to, sit there and based on one comment, we're just going to be like, we can't even do this anymore because he said that, because that person said so-and-so. No, we're sticking to what we want to do, what we feel like we're going to do. And I know that's a long road down ahead, and we're just barely even starting. But I can honest to God say that I'm sticking to what I'm doing, and I look at it this way. As long as I'm in this band will never go mainstream. We'll never follow what the trend is at the point in time. We're going to stick to what we want to do. Yeah, the emotion that we want is just, it really depends on the person. I can't judge on what a person's going to say or how a person's going to feel. It's just their reaction. We say what we want to say. It's their choice to choose the reaction that they give us. Okay, and here's the final question before it's over. So, here we go. He said when. Oh, I like that one. When your band gets big and famous, what are you going to do with all the money? I've actually been waiting for a question like this one during this whole interview, and I guess he saved the best for last. Me and Nick were just talking about this about a week and a half ago. Yeah, and we were stating, what we're gonna do with it. How I feel towards it is, you know, I, um, I can honest to God say that I am not exactly the most faithful of Christians stuff, and I've always been outspoken, and I say what's on my mind, whether it's disturbing and it's gonna gross you out and creep you out, or whether it's something heartfelt, or whether it's just something that I say that lets people understand how I'm feeling. I make sure that I make an impression, but I'm not the most faithful of Christians, and I'm not exactly the nicest person or the most greatest role model kind of person. I will never state myself as a role model because of how I act. But I my money with what I'm gonna do. My very first thing immediately, as soon as we start making money, just as soon as I get enough, I'm packing up things from the house that we're living in at this current time and getting my mom the hell out of here. That's what I'm doing there. Because this house not only is too small, it's a bad neighborhood due to certain things that started, that happened before. Things just got really rough out here over the past couple of years, and I just want to get my mom out of here before anything bad happens to her. Then the other thing not most likely, it would mainly go to certain donations, like the proper donations, rather than the ones that tell you that they're going to do something good, and then all of a sudden they just screw you over completely. The very first one, head on, is an animal rights donations. I'm going to be sending them to the proper ones. Where is that one animal? Where is it? I am set up with this animal shelter website on here. I can't even think of the name of it right now. Sorry about taking so long. It's called Angels for Animals, and that is probably the one that I'm going to mainly donate to, because they actually show like dogs, cats. Hell, they've even shown panda bears on there before, and they range from multiple animals, and they make sure that these animals are found, picked up, and they try and bring them to a good home. I wish I could honest to God say that I've got nothing against PETA, but I really do. That is probably going to be the main animal, if you want to call it animal society, humane society. I mean, PETA puts them into a pound. What the hell is a dog going to do? You transfer from one pound to another in a higher facility pound. So do you know what they're going to do to those animals in there? They're going to, one, gas them, inject them. But either way, 40% of all the animals that are brought there are killed within a week. 40% of animals. PETA supports the foster farms. Foster farms not only slaughters animals in a very horrible and inhumane way, but they also put the stuff inside of our food that makes us sick. They don't clear, if the animals are killed, which I say is horrible. If they are killed, they make sure that there's a lot of, stuff that's been processed and it isn't real meat, which then sickens me. And that's just like one of the things. I'm going to get off the animal subject because I can go on for days. The second donation, me personally, and this is going to disappoint a lot of people, but honest to God, I don't care. It's how I feel. It's how I look at things. Gay rights. Honest to God, yeah, I know. There's that one comment that I've heard multiple times. God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. There's just all of those. And, I look at it as, if you love the person you love, why take that away from them? I mean, living in California, it's just the most horrible thing ever. Living in California, you have so many laws that keep you away from being with the person that you love. Gay people can't get married anymore. That's that's virtually telling me and my girlfriend that we can't get married. I'm not saying it's that I'm gay or anything, but I'm just stating you banning love from two people who love each other from being together. You might as well just ban everybody. It's wrong. It's immoral. It's inhumane. It's just a horrible thing. A man and a woman kissing in public shouldn't, that doesn't bother people. But when a man and a man or a woman and a woman kiss each other in public, I mean, really? You're really going to go against that? I mean, honest to God, yeah, it may disgust people. That don't mean that you got to take everything away from them. That's their own personal choice. That's who they love. That's who they want to be with. Think as if, put yourself in their shoes. Say as if you're in love with this person, whether you're male or female, you're in love with this person and you just kiss them in public. You just kiss them once, like just a little peck on the lips. And all of a sudden somebody comes up to you, can you please stop that? That's pretty gross. That's a horrible thing to do in public. How do you think you're going to feel after that? I mean, I can guarantee about whoever actually listens to this, you'd be like, I'd punch them right in their face. But it's the fact that there are people who do that in the first place. And that would be my second donation with the money. The third would be put towards a women's beating donation, where women who have been beat can fight back against it. I'll put it towards a rape society, towards children's hospital, of course, the Be a Star support. I'm definitely going to do that one. Cancer, breast cancer, just as many things as I can. I can pretty much guarantee 70 to 80% of all the money that I earn is going to be spent towards things that will better this world, rather than drive it into the ground like it is right now. Because at this point in time, we are at the lowest point that we have ever been. And so that would pretty much be what I would do in that aspect. If there's any questions from people on Facebook, then just let me know, and I'll make sure that I'll reply back. Alright, thank you for the interview. I hope you got all the information, and if anybody wishes to interview me at any point in time, just let me know. Don't even worry, just feel free. Alright, this is Angelo Lamone, signing out.